video presentation is in real time, so order a packet of Cousin Boudreaux's Creole Gumbo seasoning and cook right along with us.
Hello, my name is Larry Boudreaux and this is my beautiful bride Caroline Boudreaux. Today we're going to show you another part of our series of how to prepare Cousin Boudreaux's mixes. We're going to do gumbo today, and my Caroline is our chief cook around the house, and so I'm going to depend on her to help. So what do we need to do, Caroline, to make a good gumbo? And what kind of gumbo do you want to make today?
First of all, we're going to make shrimp gumbo out of this pack. You don't need to get your salt and pepper out. You don't need to make a roux. It's all in this little pack. Simple, simple to make. So first of all, no matter what I cook, I always spray with Pam. And we followed the directions, and it calls for 3 cups of broth and 3 cups of water. So for seafood gumbo, you do it different because you don't have to saute anything. So first of all, we're going to put in our broth and water. Then we're going to add our seasoning. And we're going to add some smothered okra. I may not use all of it, but we're going to put some. You don't ever want to over okra the gumbo.
If you don't like okra, what do you do?
Well, you don't have to put it.
Okay.
We're going to give this a stir. And we're not going to put our shrimp in yet. We're going to let this boil together till the seasonings are cooked. You don't have to get out your salt and pepper. Everything is in the pack. Don't season your shrimp. Now, we're going to let that boil for a while. Okay, while our shrimp gumbo is boiling, we're going to make regular sausage and chicken gumbo. And of course, first thing I do is I spray my pot. It makes cleanup so easy. Now we're going to put the sausage in. We're going to saute the sausage. Put that in the sink. And we're going to let this saute for a while. You can always leave the sausage, make a little brown crust at the bottom of it, and it'll make your gumbo a little bit darker than what the roux is in the pack. But this is the same gumbo mix that we use for the shrimp gumbo, except you do it different. You do it a little bit different because you don't have anything to saute with the shrimp gumbo. Small, but we do it like this anything again. We shows we sample, and none of our packages we season anything, any of the meat or anything. You want to get your favorite smoked sausage, a good smoked sausage. And you don't have to cut it up this small, but we do it like this because when we do shows, we sample, and the containers are not that big, so we use a little, so we cut up our sausage small and our chicken small. You don't have to drain anything. Our shrimp gumbo is starting to boil, so we have to keep a close watch on it that it doesn't boil over. Our seasonings are so easy. Actually, a young child, a young teenager, or even one a little younger than that could make any of these products, cook any of them. And what's so good about the gumbo is you don't have to make a roux, and that seems to be what a lot of cooks' problem is that they can't make a roux. So with our product, you don't have to worry about that. A lot of the ladies tell me at our shows that they can't make a roux. Well, actually, a roux is not that hard to make. It's just that you can't go watch TV and you can't go fold clothes and you can't do your other housework while you're making a roux. You have to stay at the stove. And then, if you don't know how much roux that you need, no matter how much oil you put in your pot, you have to put that much of flour in it. And you don't put the fire up real high, as long as it's sizzling. But just put as much flour in it to absorb all the grease that you have in your pot. And continue to stir it so it doesn't burn, because once you burn it, you throw it away and start over again. But if you see to where you think you have too much roux, you just get you a cup or a glass jar, and just take out some of it. Because when you're going to add your water in that for your gumbo, or whatever it is you're cooking, you can always add, but you can't take out. And then whatever roux you have left over, put it in a little jar and put it in your refrigerator, and it'll last forever. You can use it in anything that needs a roux. And now our sausage is just about done. So we're going to add our chicken.
Don't season it, remember.
Season it, remember.
Put it in there.
Put it in there.
And we're going to let it
cook
with the sausage.
Cook with the sausage. And we want to let it stay in and cook with the sausage. And I will put my lid on it to help till it's not pink, and chicken is not pink anymore. And when that's through, then we're going to add our broth. And this is 3 cups of broth, of a chicken broth, and 3 cups of water. And this is our gumbo mix. Our chicken and sausage is ready now. Put our Cousin Boudreaux Gumbo seasoning in. And this is 3 cups of water, 3 cups of chicken broth. We're going to put the fire up a little higher now. You can take that, Larry. And now, this is the time that you add your okra if you want to have okra in it. And since we love okra in our gumbo, we're going to put some in it. Not too much. We don't want to over okra it.
We don't normally sample it with okra in it because some people don't like okra. But if you eat it at our house, you can have okra in it. And
You don't over put okra. Just put enough to take that and that, okay? Now, actually, I am through making the gumbo. This is how simple it is. I don't get out anything else to season it or do anything with it, but let it cook. Because you want to let those dry seasons cook. Okay? And you don't have to put the lid back on it because you want to let it, you want to let it cook. Now, you ready?
What's the shrimp gumbo?
Okay. Now,
Whoa.
our shrimp gumbo is ready for me to put the shrimp in it.
That looks good enough to eat without the shrimp. but I know it'd be better.
This is a pound of shrimp, and I'm using the small shrimp.
Already been peeled and everything.
Yeah. And it is looking good. I'll let you take this. We just have to let it come back to a good boil and let the shrimp cook. And we'll be through with that.
I want to ask you something, Caroline. A lot of people think that because we're on TV or video that we're using the magic of television, and we're cutting and going and cutting and going. How long did it take to do this?
No, not just this little length of time that we've been talking. That's it.
That's right.
That's
In other
how
words,
simple
we're
it
in
is.
real time is what it amounts to.
Well, I didn't have to season anything. I didn't. The shrimp were already peeled, and all I had to do was get some broth and water and the shrimp and a pack of Boudreaux seasoning, and that's the time that it took.
How about?
But you have to let the seasonings cook because they are dry, but you have to let them cook, and you just use your own judgment about it, you know, and you'll be able to tell when it's cooked. It's nothing hard to it, you know, and it's simple to do. If you see,
how about people would have to restrict salt?
well, you can eliminate salt by, you can make your own broth. You can make your seafood broth. You can make your chicken broth. And I do know that on the market now there is unsalted chicken broth. And you can do that for your sausage. Now you can buy low sodium sausage, smoked sausage. And you can also make your own broth for the chicken broth. So that lowers it a lot. And when you serve it over rice, you don't have to put salt in your rice. And that's about as easy as you can get. Now this, the chicken and sausage gumbo, what you want to do is, I'm sure you won't be cutting your chicken in these small pieces or the sausage in these small little bite-sized pieces. But if you don't, well, it will take a little bit longer for your gumbo to be done. But with these small bite-sized pieces, it doesn't take that long. But I still have to let the dry seasonings cook.
What if you like the bones and everything in your chicken?
Oh, I love them. I never knew what it was not to cook a whole chicken. And I just find that the best, well, the bones have flavor, and the breast doesn't have the flavor that the bony meat has, but you can use thigh meat, and that's what we use in our gumbo is boneless chicken thighs. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to cut it up small like we do, but that's what makes the best broth. I mean, best gumbo is something that has more flavorful taste to it, is like the chicken thighs. But I never ever use just that. I've been a Cajun cook for 50-something years, and we like bones. Not everybody does, but and it's just easy. It's just whatever you prefer. And down where I come from, people make gumbo out of everything, anything and everything. Some people make seafood gumbo and they put andouille sausage in it and stuff like that, but I prefer that if I make seafood gumbo, that is exactly that, seafood gumbo. And the sausage and chicken, I'm not a big fan of andouille because I find that it's very fat, but other people like the flavor because andouille has a a special flavoring in it. But a lot of people do like it, and you know, that's up to the individual to put whatever they want in their gumbo. Cajuns put anything they can find in the gumbo. They make rabbit gumbo, they make squirrel gumbo. They use everything.
Caroline, that shrimp gumbo smells so good. Do you think it might be ready?
Oh yeah, it's ready.
Oh, do you think you might be able to make me some?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure will.
Let me try. See if it tastes as good as it smells.
Coming up.
Whoa, looks good.
Now a lot of people like a thicker gumbo. In New Orleans, they make thick gumbo, and I don't care for thick gumbo. I prefer a juicier gumbo, more liquid gumbo. As long as it has its flavors, that's what counts.
Well, you know, some people actually put filet in their gumbo to make it thicker. And we don't have it in here, but they can put it in if they want. And again, it's a matter of taste. Fix it the way you want. But you know, the people in New Orleans do prefer the thicker gumbo, but they buy a lot of mine. Let me see what it tastes like.
Careful, it's hot.
Now I know why they buy a lot of mine. This is good. I'm gonna try it with some of Cousin Boudreaux's new firecrackers. It may not be out on the market yet, but look for them. They're great with gumbo.
C'est bon.
C'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Oh! Let me ask you. That chicken sausage gumbo looks like it might be ready too.
Just about. Just about.
Can I impose on you?
Nothing to it. Put your plate down.
You don't trust other people handling your plates.
Well,
huh?
I don't want to burn you. Lots of chicken and sausage in it.
Give me a little juice. Oh, la la la.
I'm not used to making a single pack of gumbo. I'm used to making like 6 packs of it for our shows, and then I put it in containers and bring it to our shows. And it's almost wise to make you more than 1 pack at a time and eat what you want and then freeze the rest, because it freezes really well.
And that way, instead of taking you 30 minutes, it takes you 10 minutes.
That's right.
Let's see what this tastes like. I don't know what I like better, the shrimp gumbo or the chicken sausage gumbo. I guess I'm gonna have to eat both. I'll try one of those firecrackers again.
Oh, I don't know how you can eat that hot.
Oh, wow. Well, Caroline, I want to thank you for helping me show everybody how to make this.
Anytime.
Yeah. Now, I want to tell them that if they want to take advantage of tasting some of this good gumbo, they can make it themselves. If they don't have any with them right now, we ship all over the country from our home down in South Louisiana. You can go to www.cousinboudreaux.com, and you'll see that we've got not only gumbo, but about 23 other products, and they're all easy to make. And if you continue looking at the website, you'll start seeing these videos if you want to have questions on how to expand your cooking capabilities. But what we try to do is try to make something healthy, something quick, and something easy. The 2 kinds of people that we're looking for is the ones that obviously can't cook. I don't think I have to explain to you why they would want this. But we're also looking at the expert cooks, because they're particular on what they eat. Right?
Yes.
That's right. But they don't have time because they're working, and so we eliminate that time factor, We give them a good food, and we're ready to go. Thank you for listening.